Good evening, everyone. Welcome inside Sully's Arena here at Trenton Kennedy Ice Arena as we're getting set for this one between the 2017 Metro Dragons and the 2018 Trenton Trojans. As this one about to get underway, we've got 15 minutes up on the clock for the start of this first period. I will make a quick confession again. Waiting on those jerseys for our Trenton Trojans, so won't have all the names down for you tonight, player by player. And we will say, down here in the Trenton zone to our right, got a little bit of a bar in the way here. We'll do the best we can and bring you all the action from up here high in the attic at Sully's Arena. Glad to have you along as we're about set to get this one underway with a face-off at center ice. Off that face-off, puck is at neutral ice. Picked up there by the Trojans. As Trenton trying to get into the offensive zone, but now here come the Dragons the other way. Potential breakaway, but Trenton back now defensively. And knocking it away off the end boards are the Trenton defenders. Puck comes around near side. It's up against the boards here. That's going to be the hardest spot to see as you're watching with us here along the near side boards in that right zone. Trenton tries to break it out here, and they will. Potential break here now for the Trojans down the near side into the offensive zone and stopping at the circle. At the dot, centering chance in front. One-timer just missed, and the puck will go into the far side corner. Trenton now fighting for position there. Tries to center to the slot. Chance in front. Rolling puck, and that just through the goal mouth. Out to the near side circle. Another shot let go, and that one knocked down. The Dragons trying to break out from there. They will. It's Dow. 2-on-0 into the offensive zone. Shot in. Score for the Dragons as they'll take an early 1-0 lead here. 13:48 to go in the first period. Now center ice face-off here. Puck comes to the near side. Trojans trying to get it in the offensive zone, and that'll go on an offside. Delayed call. Puck comes out, and it'll be, look out, Dragons headed the other way again at the circle. In shot, rolling puck covered. Oh, and it is in. It had trickled through the 5-hole on that one, and that will be a 2-0 lead here for the Metro Dragons. Well, an early start here for the Metro Dragons. Trojans trying to get things back under control as the face-off here at neutral ice. It's going to be Trenton into the offensive zone. Now here's a chance moving in. Shot saved by the goaltender there, and puck along the end boards. Now puck around to the far sideline. Knocked away there. Trenton trying to hold it in the offensive zone, and they will. Puck now along those far side boards. We want to give a shout out. We understand some of the 2013 Little Caesars team watching along here. As a shout out to Sam and Graham, as we see they've joined us for the broadcast here from the 2013 Little Caesars team. Big Buds Broadcasting, we'll call it. Today is Little Buds Broadcasting for Mr. Walter between the pipes for Trenton. Right now, the puck at neutral ice. Here come the Dragons again. Dragons knocked away, though. They're nice on a defensive play by Trenton. Puck now out to the line. Now here's a chance, but nice play on the back check by the Dragons, and the puck will move deep into the Trenton offensive zone. Puck now around behind the Metro Dragons net. Comes around near side. Now Trenton sends one towards the goal mouth, but that knocked away. Held at the circle, though. Chance here for Trenton, circling. Centering pass into the slot. That one off the stick and to the far side boards. Whoa, collision there. As some contact, and the Dragons going to head out the other way. Dragons into the offensive zone. Stop, turn, chance into the slot. Backhand, knocked it, and in. That one goes 5-hole, and a early lead here for The Metro Dragons now up 3-0. Has some words of encouragement for goaltender Walter Buds on that one, as that one snuck through the 5-hole. We'll have a quick stoppage here as we get ready for another face-off. Off the face-off, play in neutral ice. Trenton now on the offensive move here, taking a chance. Now along the end boards, Dragons trying to control it there. But Trenton takes it away. Top of the circle now held in at the point by the Trojans. Puck, though, now comes out of the offensive zone. Trenton is going to be offside here. They're going to have to get back on, as that one will come on an offside whistle as we've got a stoppage in play. 11:04 remaining here in the first period. Face-off in neutral ice just outside the Dragon zone. Team's making a line change here. As it's now puck drop, Trenton will win that face-off. Knocking it forward are the Trojans. Trying to get in the offensive zone, they will. But the Dragons back on it defensively. Trenton, though, now picks it up, sends it through the goal mouth, and that one wide. And it's going to be the Dragons picking it up there. They'll move in front of their own bench. Now into the offensive zone, move at the circle, shot. That one wide, and the puck comes into the near side corner. Puck along the near side boards now. Collision there between the players. Trenton trying to dig it out of the defensive zone. But it's the Dragons coming away with it. A move in the slot. And going to the forehand shot. That one knocked aside. And Trenton will pick it up and move it near side. Trenton trying to clear the zone, but it's held in at the point by the Dragons. Saved there by Buds, and he will get a stick on it. Still pushing for it, and covered, as we're going to get a whistle on that one, as we've got 10:08 remaining here in the first period. Faceoff will come in the defensive zone for the Trojans. Got a shout out for Noah Clark on the broadcast, as it's going to be a face-off here defensively for the Trojans. Puck dropped, and Trenton will come away with it near side. Cleared out to neutral ice, and giving chase will be the Dragons. Puck now deep in their own zone. They'll circle behind the net and to the far side. Puck now held there by Trenton in the zone, but the Dragons pick it back up again. Now along those far side boards, Trenton, a move at the circle. Knocked off the puck there, though, and it'll be going the other way for the Dragons. Now taken back away on the back check by Trenton. And they'll move forward in the offensive zone. Send one in on the goal. It's picked up there by the Dragons, though. They'll come near side. Puck now sent deep into the Trenton zone. Icing waved off on that one. Dragons first ones to it. They'll try and wrap around, but they'll send it to the goal mouth and instead knocked away. Now out to the slot, knocked aside again. And the puck will trickle in front of the Trenton bench. Now chance in front, knocked aside. But the Dragons continue to hold it in the zone. Now knocked away again. And now out to neutral ice. Puck trickling at the blue line. Trenton trying to dig it out there, and they will. They'll move it forward and into the offensive zone. Puck now at the circle, but the Dragons will come away with it and head the other direction. Dragons in the blue, Trenton in the white. Dragons into the offensive zone. That one will be called on the offside, as we'll get a face-off here. 8:31 remaining here in the first period. We see Graham and Sam in on the action on the chat. Welcome, gentlemen. Giving a let's go Walter out there. As off the face-off, Trenton has it in their own zone. They'll take it in front of their own bench and try and move forward in the offensive zone. They'll move forward. Player taken down there. As again, we'll apologize and say Not everybody has their practice jerseys yet for the Trenton team, so just kind of guessing the names. Shot in on the goal, saved by the Dragon goaltender, and followed up on that one. Now a whistle, 8:07 to go here in the first period. Faceoff will come to the right of the Dragons goaltender. And trying to put on some offensive pressure here with a 3-0 deficit. And now with the puck at the top of the slot, holding it in there. Knocked aside, and puck will come out to neutral ice. Watch out as the Dragons looking for an opportunity here for a breakaway. Puck comes clean, but off the end of the stick and sent in towards the goal by the Dragon forward. Now that one stopped and covered by the Trenton goaltender, and we'll have a stoppage in play. 7:41 remaining in the first period. We're glad for any of you that are able to watch along with us. I'll say I was a little nervous with the Sellies Arena, the practice arena here at Trenton, as can be a little bit of a challenge for us on the camera angle, but we'll do the best upstairs here as we've got 7:45 to go in this first period. Puck is dropped, and puck along the near side boards. Both teams fighting for it there at the near side circle. Puck now comes out to the point. The Dragons hold it in there, and it heads towards the slot. Trenton will come away with it. Trenton trying to fight it out of the zone, but a collision there. And the Dragons doing a good job to tie things up and keep it in the offensive zone. Trenton now in front of their own net there. Kind of a dangerous play, but able to make it work along the near side boards. But puck held in at the point again by the Dragons. Dragons have it at the blue line, still holding it in. Heavy pressure here offensively for the Dragons, but they haven't been able to get to the goal mouth yet. Trenton and the Dragons fighting back and forth for it in the Trenton defensive zone. Puck still here along the near side boards now, finally trickles out. And it'll be the Dragons picking it up again, though, defensively. Dragons in front of the Trenton bench and send it towards the goal. Knocked aside there by the Trenton defenders, but it's out to the point again for the Dragons. Long shot that knocked away, and here's a chance for Trenton if they hurry. Trenton a 2-on-0, moving forward into the offensive zone, all alone, in between the circles, move, shot, score! And Trenton on the scoreboard. Now a 3-1 lead for the Dragons following that Trenton goal on the breakaway. Face-off now at center ice, 6:27 to go here in the first period. Trenton looking to build on that offensive momentum. Puck sent off the far side, boards. Both teams fighting for it there. See the Dragons to come away with it, but knocked off the stick there. Now a spin and a move, and here's a chance for the Dragons in offensively. At the circle, shot that off the side of the net and settles on the end boards. Puck now comes around near side. Into the near side corner. Trenton trying to knock it away there. They'll try and move it up the near side boards. Not able to get it out there, but now out to the point and out of the defensive zone. Heavy play here in front of us. As a move for Trenton now into the offensive zone again. Far side circle, long shot off the pad of the goaltender, and puck comes near side. But held in at the circle there by Trenton, knocked aside. And now the Dragons will move it the other direction. Dragons up the near side boards. That knocked away, and Trenton comes back the other direction. Again down the near side boards. Both teams fighting for it in neutral ice. And it's sent deep into the offensive zone. Trenton is offside, though, on that play, and that'll bring us a stoppage in play. 5:14 to go here in the first period. Take a quick break before this face-off and be back in just a moment. We'll set this face-off up at the center ice dot. Both players a whiff on that drop, and puck will come to the near side. Knocked forward and in towards the Trenton goal. That one covered by the goaltender. And that'll bring us a stoppage in play. 5:04 to go here in the first period. Well, I always say if any of the family or friends have shout-outs out there on the YouTube chat, feel free to send those our way. Or put a note in the team snap as well if you got a story to share about your player or family. Happy to have those along, as we'll learn more about everybody as this spring and future seasons go forward. As still trying to get those numbers on those jerseys at some point here, so I got a better idea to tell you who's who out there, learning all those players. As now Trenton a chance in offensively, but losing an edge. And whoa, a dragon down as well. It'll be Trenton to get to it in the near side corner. Man alone in front, but they couldn't get the centering pass. And it's sent now out to the point. Watch out for the Dragons here. Nice job to hold it in defensively for Trenton. Now the Dragons have it down the far side boards. With speed, potential 2-on-1 here, but nicely knocked aside. And it'll come to the point for the Dragons. Now knocked away again. Trenton with a chance to hurry as they'll move forward down those far side boards, but that comes in on an offside play, as we'll have a stoppage in this one. 4:14 to go in the first period. Faceoff will come in front of the Dragons bench. So blown, puck is dropped. And Trenton moving it forward in the offensive zone. No, knocked away, back out to neutral ice. And a heavy collision there. Trenton trying to pick it up and move it in the offensive zone. They get it, but it's knocked aside. And the Dragons will pick it up and head the other way. Dragons with speed into the offensive zone. 1-on-3, knocked aside and covered there as it trickled in on the Trenton goal. Stoppage in play on this one. 3:50 to go here in the first period. So 3-1 Metro Dragons lead. They have an offensive zone face-off here to the right of the Trenton goal. That off the face-off in the feet in the slot. And Trenton able to knock it out to the point. Puck now along the near side boards. Both teams fighting for it there. Trenton trying to get it out of the defensive zone, and they do. 2-on-2 chance here. We'll see who comes away with the puck. It is the Dragons, but out to the point, and Trenton holds it in there. Sent around the boards. Now behind the Dragon net. Puck chipped forward. It's now in front of the Dragons bench. Still in the offensive zone for Trenton. But now knocked aside the other way, and a race for the puck. Nice defensive play there for the Trojans. And through center ice, they'll be looking for an offensive zone chance. Into the slot now. Shot, that one goes just wide and off the end boards. Now at the circle. Dragons coming away with it. No, knocked aside. Now a chance for Trenton. That one just wide. 2:50 to go here in the first period. Puck around near side. Trenton trying to hold it there in the offensive zone, and they do. Move forward at the circle. Oh, Trenton player loses an edge there, and puck banked off the near side boards by the Dragon defender. He'll now circle behind his own net and move out towards the bench. That one knocked forward along the far side boards, but Trenton able to hold that one in. Trenton now sends one that'll go wide of the net and comes to the near side corner. Dragons send it around far side. No one really home there, but they'll be the first ones to it. But a collision there, and Trenton holds it in the offensive zone. Both teams fighting for it along those far side boards, and it'll be the Dragons to come away with it, circle behind their own net. Dragons down the near sideline, near boards, and it's picked up here by Trenton, but they'll come in offside. That'll bring us a stoppage in play. 1:54 to go here in the first period. Faceoff will come in front of the Dragons bench. Referee getting everybody lined up there for this faceoff. Puck is dropped, and the Dragons come away with it. They move through neutral ice and into the offensive zone down the near side boards. Puck now controlled by Trenton up to the point, but that knocked aside. Trenton still trying to fight it out of their own zone. Puck comes, though, to the slot. Chance wind-up shot. That one knocked aside by the defenders. More follow-up here, though, from the Dragons. But Trenton will come away with it. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Trenton now moving forward. Burst of speed into the offensive zone. A move at the circle. Whoa! Taken down. And no call coming on that one. The Dragons will pick it up, and they'll move down the far side. Trenton trying to hold it in at the point, but look out. Here come the Dragons the other way. Oh, nice defensive play there by Trenton. And into the offensive zone. 2-on-1 chance, but they couldn't control that puck. And the Dragons will send it down. No icing coming here, so it's going to be a race for the puck. It's going to be into the far side corner. Dragon player loses an edge there, and Trenton chips it out to the point far side. Trenton trying to come away with it there. Knocked aside, and it'll be sent deep into the Trenton zone again. Puck around near side. Trenton chips it off the near side boards and trying to get it out. And they will here move. Oh no, collision there, and the Dragons hold it in the zone. Dragons with a burst of speed in shot, knocked aside by the goaltender, and a puck will come to the end boards. Now chance at the circle. Knocked away by the Trenton defenders, and they'll move the other way. Trenton with a chance here. Oh, you couldn't see the pass coming. And the Dragons back defensively. Now, that will bring us an end of the first period as time expires. We'll take a quick break, get some time up on for the start of the second period, and we'll be back for that one in just a moment. All right, back for the start of this one as both teams, I'll say, with our 18 Trenton team, got to get used to going the other direction after a period break intermission as we had goalie Walter head the wrong direction. So now back at it here. It's going to be Trenton moving left to right in the white, and the Dragons moving right to left as you watch. Trenton trying to get this one out of their own zone. They will. Puck in front of the Trenton bench now, and the Dragons retreat into their own zone. Puck now along those end boards, comes around near side. Dragons trying to hold it there. Now Trenton does a good job on the forecheck to hold that one deep in the offensive zone. Want to give a shout out to Braxton on that goal, according to the chat. So nice job there as Braxton fouls on with the goal, we're being told. As I said, we'll get to know these players as we get them some jerseys and some numbers and do you a better job on that. So I'll thank everybody on the chat for helping me pick out who we've got going out there. As collision there, both teams fighting for it. Puck now at the circle, far side for Trenton. Now held in at the point. Here's a chance in the slot. As players down everywhere here, puck will trickle out towards the Trenton bench, and it's held in again by the Trojans. Sending one towards the goal mouth, that off the side of the net. Chance in front. Another shot saved by the Dragon goaltender, but the puck held by Trenton. Out to the point. Oh, now a turnover, though. Here comes a breakaway chance the other way for the Dragons. 61 in, move, shot, score. That one up over the shoulder of the goaltender, and that'll make it a 4-1 lead for the Dragons. We got 13-12 remaining here in the second period. Trojans with some work to do here to get back into this one, facing a 3-goal deficit. 13-10 to go here in the second period. Puck now, here's an offensive zone chance for Trenton. A move, in, shot, oh, just wide of the net. Has lots of chance there for Trenton, but that one knocked aside, and the puck now out to the point. Here come the Dragons the other way. Watch out, they've got numbers now moving down the near side. Good job by Trenton to get back defensively. Tried for a shot on net there for the Dragons, but that one knocked aside, and Trenton trying to get it out of their defensive zone. Puck now coming towards the slot, but that's knocked away. Players down all over here, and it'll be the Dragons with it down the near side boards. Trying to center, but it's held along those end boards, and Trenton picks it up. Long outlet pass down the far boards, that knocked away, but here's a chance now for the Dragons. Dragons in the feet trying to get a shot off. They cannot, but it's still held in the offensive zone by the Dragons. Into the slot now, a turn, a move, but that knocked off the stick there, and Trenton will pick it up and send it out through neutral ice. Trenton skating forward into the offensive zone, taken down there as we're going to get an offside call. Probably could have been a penalty on a trip there as well, but that call not coming here. 11:55 to go, second period, and it's a 4-1 Dragon lead from here at Sully's Arena in Trenton. Faceoff will come just outside the Dragons' defensive zone, following that offside call against the Trojans. Puck drop, Trenton into the offensive zone cleanly this time. Puck will be taken away there, though, by the Dragons. Dragons down the near side boards, out through neutral ice, but Trenton able to get it back in the offensive zone. Puck now into the slot, backhand chance, save, and a cover by the Dragon goaltender. Nice job there, as that gives us a stoppage in play. 11:33 to go here in the second period. Be an offensive zone face-off for the Trojans. Puck dropped. Trenton able to win that one. See if they can get a shot off here. No, taken away by the Dragons. Dragons have it along the far side boards. Now this one sneaks through off the side of the Dragon net and trickles near side to the boards. Trenton trying to hold it in there. Dragons trying to knock it out, but play continues right along the blue line. Nice job to hold it in there. Puck now at the near side circle. Collision as players fighting for the puck and position. And it'll be the Dragons to knock it away. Potential for a 2-on-1 here if they hurry, but nice defensive play there for Trenton. And the puck is along those far side boards. Knocked out of the defensive zone, but Trenton back to pick it up now. They'll circle behind their own net and puck around near side. Puck knocked out to neutral ice, and here's a chance. Whoa, as that one will be a penalty coming here. Trenton in, though, offensively with a chance at the circle. Long shot, and that one off the end boards. And that's going to be a penalty call coming on a tripping call, as that'll send Trenton to a power play with 10:29 to go here in the second period. Oh, collision there as the players got lined up for the faceoff for Trenton. Taking each other out there as they get lined up. So, 2-minute penalty up on the board here for number 61 for the Dragons. Ready for the faceoff. One and over to the near side boards for Trenton. They'll try and knock it forward. able to do that. It'll be off the end boards. Dragons will pick it up and send it off the far side boards. They're trying to clear it out of the zone, but nice job to hold it in there for Trenton. Ooh, collision along the boards there. Some pushing and shoving. Trenton tries to come away with it and hold it at the blue line. They do. Moving forward, now a chance, but that knocked away. Now again, Trenton follows up again and moves it towards the slot. Another takedown there, as it'll be the Dragons to come away with it. Dragons shorthanded, but it'll be Trenton taking it right back and moving the other way. Collision and a fall there, as it will be the Dragons coming away with the puck in the defensive zone and down the near side boards. Now chance into the slot, a stop, turn, stick handle, and a shot. That one wide. Goes to the end boards. Play now continues along the near side boards. Long shot in. That one knocked away before it ever came to danger for the Dragons. Dragons will circle behind their own net. And a turnover, though, here in front. Shot knocked off the goaltender. And pressure on here for Trenton. 36 seconds remaining in the power play for the Trojans. Puck now out to the point. That one knocked away, and look out, here come the Dragons the other way. Dragons in at the circle, shot that off the side of the net, and Trenton will pick it up. 20 seconds left on the power play for Trenton. Puck now into the near side corner, deep in the zone for the Trojans. They'll move forward. 10 seconds left on the power play here, as puck sent deep into the Metro Dragons zone. Trenton trying to hold it in there at the circle. Rolling puck on the backhand. That knocked aside by the goaltender, and the puck will move to the far side boards. Chance here, penalty's over. They're back at full strength for the Dragons, and a chance to move in offensively here. Nice defensive work there for Trenton, and they'll send it back out the other way. Trying to get it out of the defensive zone, and they do. Puck at neutral ice. Everybody clumped up in front of that Dragons bench as it's knocked out to neutral ice. And a chance for a race for the puck here. We'll see if Trenton can get there first. Oh, and just a step ahead, but couldn't get a stick on that one. And the puck now around behind the Dragons net. Puck now comes near side. Players fighting for position there. It comes out to neutral ice. Sent back in by Trenton. And the Dragons will pick it up and send it down the length of the ice. That will go, no, not an icing call. They waved that one off. As race for the puck now, as it's the Dragons that win that race. But Trenton able to pick the puck up at the circle. Try and get it out of the defensive zone. Knocked off a stick there, though. And Dragons hold it in. That one in and off the side of the net for Trenton. Dragons trying to get it in front. Not able to get it there, but another chance here. Now puck behind the Trenton net. Both teams fighting for it there. See who can come away with it. Still bottled up there behind the net. 3 players from each team in on that scrum. Now it'll be Trenton to come away with it near side. Moving down the near side boards, then knocked away as the Dragons hold it in at the point. Dragons now at the circle. Can't get a shot off there. 6:35 to go here in the second period. Puck now out to the far side circle in the defensive zone for Trenton. Now a chance in on the goal. That one behind the net and looking for a wraparound. Nice defensive play there. Trenton helping out as now they'll move forward and come to the near side. Looking to make a break through neutral ice, but losing an edge there. And the Dragons will come away with it. Now at the circle, long shot. That one well wide. And the puck along the near side boards in the offensive zone for Trenton. But that one knocked out by the Dragons. Dragons moving forward. Race for the puck. In on goal off the trapper. And that one will go knocked to the far side boards. 5:45 remaining here in the second period. Puck now into the slot. Oh, nice defensive play to not let that shot get through. Now a chance again as the defense up to the task there for the Trojans. Puck now out to the point. Sent around the boards. Dragons holding it in offensively. They try and get it towards the goal mouth again, but knocked away again. Now from the circle, a shot rolling. That off the side of the net. And Trenton trying to break out down the near side. Held again by the Dragons. They stay in the offensive zone, and Trenton back to pick it up again. Trenton along the end boards. Now fighting towards the far side corner. Be knocked aside here. Oh, dangerous play there as the Dragons were coming in for a chance. Trojans still trying to get it out of that defensive zone, and they will. But it's going to be the Dragons to pick it up there in neutral ice. Dragons now forward. It's going to be a race for the puck down those far side boards. Race won by Trenton, and they'll knock it near side. Now at the circle, long shot. Knocked away by the Trenton defender. Puck now along the end boards. Now odd angle shot there as Trenton tries to come away with it. They can hurry here and maybe have numbers. Trenton out of their own zone through center ice, but that one knocked away, and that'll come in on an offside. Then here, nice job by the Dragons to touch up on that. No, they haven't yet, as it's going to be Trenton trying to come out of the zone here. They'll bank it near side and get it into the offensive zone. Chance here for Trenton to put some pressure on into the slot. Chance here, long shot, score! As Trenton on the board again. 4-2 now is the Dragon lead as Trenton on the board. Do believe that was Mason Howes, number 4, with the goal, as we're trying to do our best with some of the players out there who didn't get their jerseys yet, but I do think that was Mason Howes on that one. We'll check it later. And with 3:57 remaining in the second period, it's a 4-2 lead for the Dragons. Now off the face-off. It's the Dragons into the offensive zone. Heavy play in front of the Dragon bench. Trenton trying to corral that one and move it out. They'll come near side and press forward. Trenton into the offensive zone. A move at the circle. Not able to get a shot off there, though. And the puck now comes to the slot. Trenton, a shot, long one, covered. No, still loose, still loose, still loose. It was not covered. They're trying to get it, and now do cover, as that will be a stoppage in play. 3:15 remaining here in the second period. Faceoff will now come to the right of the Dragon goaltender. 3:15 to go in this second period. Trenton looking to cut into that deficit. It's a 4-2 lead for the visitors from the Metro Dragons. Puck now comes along the near side boards. Trenton trying to keep it deep in that offensive zone, and they will, but the Dragons will come away with it and circle behind their own net. Banked off the far side boards as dangerous play there, almost a turnover, but Trenton picks it up. And Trenton into the offensive zone at the circle, a move. Pass forward, and knocked off the end boards. Trenton trying to set it up and bank it forward. The Trojans now looking to move backhand, but can't. It's going to be going the other way for the Dragons. Potential breakaway here. Dragons into the offensive zone. A move, a shot, and score. That one down low to the far side post, and that will give the Dragons a 5-2 lead. .228 to go here in the second period. Off that face-off. Dragons circle back in their own zone. Bank it off the near side boards, and Trenton will give chase. Trenton back defensively. Pick it up behind their own net. And move to the far side boards. Trenton trying to get out of the defensive zone, but a nice job there to hold it in by the Dragons. Puck now trickles out to neutral ice, and the Dragons send it back in. They'll have to touch up there. As I'll say, an easy one to watch if you've been used to the NHL rules. For those of us also watching USA hockey, tough to get used to not having that touch-up offsides. as they do here in the AAU, like the NHL players. Dragons now shot in. That one just wide of the net, and Trenton picks it up with 1:35 to go here in the second period. Trenton now with it out at neutral ice. Chance to move down the near side boards. Trojans into the offensive zone and puck into the slot. Oh, can't pull the trigger on that one. And to be the Dragons headed the other way. Chance here for another breakaway chance for the Dragons. They'll hurry into the offensive zone at the circle. A move, a shot in, and score. As the Dragons on the board again, now a 6-2 lead for the visitors. .108 to go here in the second period. Yes, center ice faceoff following that goal. Trenton trying to push the puck forward here into the offensive zone. But knocked away again, and another breakaway chance here for the Dragons. In, move, shot, and score. As that one, another goal for the Dragons. It's now a 7-2 lead following that breakaway goal. .47 seconds to go here in the second period. It's a 7-2 lead for the 2017 Metro Dragons over the 2018 Trojans here at Kennedy in Trenton. 36 seconds to go here. That'll be an offside whistle, and we'll have a stoppage in play. 35.8 seconds to go here in the second period. Faceoff's going to come just outside the Trenton defensive zone in neutral ice. As players get set for this one, see if Trenton can get one more break here before the end of the period off the faceoff. Dragons, though, will send it deep into the Trenton zone. 30 seconds to go here in the second period. Puck now at the circle. Trojans fighting for it. There's a shot. That one wide, and puck will trickle to the near side boards. Picked up there by Trenton. 17 seconds to go in the period here, second period. As play now in neutral ice. As it'll be taken away there by Trenton. Now the other way for the Dragons. And knocked out to center ice. 5 seconds to go in this period. Dragons chip it forward, and time will expire here at the end of the second period. We'll get set for the start of the third and take a quick break. We'll be back in just a moment. All right, ready for the start of this third period. We've got 15 minutes up on the clock. It's a 7-2 lead for the visitors from the Metro Dragons. Both teams back out and ready for action. We're going to also keep an eye on that curfew clock. 22 minutes up on that one. as it's going to be Trenton moving right to left in the white here in the third period. The Dragons moving left to right in the blue. It's Trenton now back with it inside their own zone. They'll circle around near side behind the net, but Dragons first ones to it there. Trenton now trying to go back near side, and a clearing effort. That one will get out to neutral ice. We'll see if it goes down. Not far enough for icing on this one. And puck will be picked up by the Dragons. Pressure there from Trenton. They'll send it in, but now Trenton will need to touch up. No, they're not. They got to get back out of the zone. We'll see if Trenton can figure that one out on the delayed offside. And puck will come out and be sent down the length of the ice. That one will go for an icing call with 14:09 remaining here in the third period. That'll bring us an offensive zone faceoff for the Trojans. Faceoff will come to the left of the Dragons' goal. Puck dropped. Faceoff one back for Trenton. It's out towards the point, and a big collision there. As all the players, whoa, another big collision there. As players going in aggressively for the puck there. Puck now out to neutral ice. Here's a break for the Dragons. Dragons at the far side circle. In, shot, kick save by the goaltender there for Trenton. Now puck along the far side. Boards out to the point. And now a chance here. Trenton going the other way, one-on-one. No, knocked aside. But Trenton able to follow up on that one and move into the offensive zone. Trojans trying to hold it in the zone. They do, but then knocked away and back the other direction on an offside call. I got just a little message. Audio may have been a little light there. Let me know if we're doing a little bit better on that now. As always, happy to have those in the chat. Tell me how things are going, or shoot me a message. If you can hear us, can't hear us, how the video is, we'll do the best as we can throughout this one. 13:27 to go here in the third period. Off the faceoff. It's the Dragons moving forward. Here's a breakaway chance at the circle. In, shot, and save by the goaltender. Knocked aside, now up through the slot. Dangerous play there as it'll be knocked out. No, held in. And the Dragons now will have it at the circle again. Dragons in, shot, knocked aside, and puck to the far side boards. Now, out to the point. Trenton trying to dig it out there. Not able to do that. The Dragons come away with it. Now Trenton back the other way, though. Trenton moving forward, a chance in on the offensive zone. A move in, shot, score! As Trenton gets that one on the board and cuts this to a 7-3 lead for the Dragons. Now the Trojans trying to move it through neutral ice. Puck along the far side boards. Trenton across the red line, but stopped there in neutral ice. Dragons trying to look to move it forward there. Stopped up at the blue line, and now sent down the length of the ice. Now here's a chance going the other way. We'll see if Trenton can beat that one out. No, they can't, as the goaltender will cover that one up. And a stoppage here. 12:11 remaining in the third period. Faceoff will come to the right of the Dragon goaltender. Puck dropped. Chance moving it towards the slot, but the Dragons up to the task defensively there. And Trenton will move the other way. I should say move back defensively. Trenton now picking up in their own zone. Oh, turnover here. We'll see if the Dragons can turn that into an offensive zone opportunity. At the circle, long shot. Great defensive play there by Trenton to not let that shot get through. And the puck now in the near side corner. Trenton comes away with it. Down the near side with speed. Trenton into the offensive zone. Move at the circle. Long shot. Bouncing puck. Still loose. Still loose. Still loose. Rebound in front. Free. Still loose. Still bouncing, and a chance in front, still moving, and that one is going to be blown dead, but the puck was in the back of the net. They're going to call that a dead play. 11:26 to go here in the third period, and that'll bring an offensive zone face-off for Trenton. Trenton now with an offensive zone face-off. Now out to the slot. Trenton tries to hold it now at the near side circle. Not able to get a shot off there, though. Now along the near side boards. Trenton trying to hold it in there. Move towards the net at the circle. And it's knocked away, though, by the Dragons. And the Dragons will come near side. Dragons moving forward into the offensive zone, but that one sent down, and that will go for a penalty call, I think, coming up here, as we're going to get a player sent to the box, as it's going to be a Trenton penalty coming up here. That'll send the Dragons to the power play. We have a face-off now in the offensive zone for the Dragons. Puck drop, that one trickling towards the Trenton goal, but it's knocked away, and we'll have a chance going the other way for Trenton. Trenton in front of their own bench. Good work defensively there for the Dragons to hold that one. And now here come the Dragons, potential breakaway. Dragons in at the circle. A move, shot high, and score. As they went up high on that one, power play goal for the Dragons, and that'll make it an 8-3 lead for the Dragons. Oh, we're so glad to see that ESPN Recruiter needed a personal invitation to join us for the broadcast today. As puck now in on the Trenton goal again. For those new to the adventures here of the Buds Broadcasting, ESPN Recruiter Uncle Brian, goalie Walter Buds' Uncle Brian, likes to give us some sarcastic comments. We'd point out that ESPN Recruiter should simply subscribe to the Buds Broadcasting page, and then he'd never be left out of the potential broadcast information. Puck now deep in the Trenton zone. Now here comes to the slot. Long shot knocked aside. That one now off the end boards. 9:45 to go here in the third period. Trenton trying to send it out near side. They will out to neutral ice. Picked up there by the Dragons. Dragons through neutral ice. Collision there. Trenton trying to move it forward. But the Dragons will pick it up at their own blue line and move down the far side. Dragons into the offensive zone. A move at the circle. That one trickling in towards the goal, but knocked aside. Held in at the point, though, by the Dragons. Chance now here at the slot. Now ping-ponging back and forth. Now here comes Trenton the other way. Potential break for the Trojans into the offensive zone. Oh, taken down. As no call on that one. Bouncing puck again in on the shot and cover there. As heavy pushing and shoving behind that play. As we've got 8:59 to go here in the third period. Faceoff will come in the offensive zone for the Trojans. 9 minutes to go here in this third period. Off that faceoff, puck go into the far side corner. Puck now picked up there by the Dragons. Dragons in front of their own bench out to neutral ice. Nice stick work there by the Trenton defenders. As the puck now in neutral ice. Trojans trying to knock it forward. Puck come loose and into the Dragon zone. Both teams chasing it down there. The Dragons to it first. They'll bank it off the boards near side. Play now continues in neutral ice and knocked back into the offensive zone by the Trojans. 8:15 to go in this third period. It's an 8-3 lead for the Dragons. Dragons into the offensive zone again, looking for more. Now, puck knocked away by the Trenton defenders. They hold it in their own zone as a turn there along the boards, and now puck out to neutral ice. Now back into the Trenton zone, though. Players both fighting for it there. Dragons trying to move it forward, but knocked aside again by the Trenton defenders. And now the puck will be sent down deep into the Trojan zone. It's on an edge and rolling, as puck now will come behind the Dragons' net. They'll send it near side. Held in at the point. Nice job there for the Trojans. It's now into the near side corner. Dragons pick it up there. They'll try and move down the far sideline. Not able to hold it. There is Trenton. Now puck held again by Trenton in the zone. Trenton looking for an offensive zone opportunity. Into the slot now, winding up. Here's a shot and save by the goaltender. There's a nice save there for the Dragon goalie. 7:05 remaining here in the third period. Oh, Red Bull for the staff. I'm not sure what ESPN recruiter is necessarily saying there. If the old Bud's broadcasting announcer sounds like he doesn't have too much energy here on this Friday evening, or if we're talking about the other Bud's broadcasting staff along for the ride this evening. As shot in, that one knocked aside, as puck will come down near side for Trenton. Trenton across their own blue line. Now a move. Moving down the near sideline. Pass. Oh, just out of reach of the Trenton forward. And puck will come to the end boards. Dragons sending it around near side. Trenton trying to hold it into the corner there, and they will. 6:30 to go here. Now a chance. Oh, into the slot and couldn't connect. And the puck will trickle all the way to the far side boards. Now collision there. Trenton steps in. Moving in from a defensive position at the circle. Shot and covered. That'll bring us a stoppage in play. 6:16 to go here in the third period. Take a quick break and be back for the face-off as teams make a line change. 6:16 to go in this one. Off this face-off, Dragons try and get out of their own zone. They can as Trenton holds it in, but then they will again chip it out again. And Trenton back to get this one. Trenton dangerous here. Watch out as Dragons now take that away on the turnover. In shot. That one knocked aside. Stick save and puck is loose. But comes to the circle and Trenton comes away with it. Trenton, nice move through neutral ice. Oh, a chance here. 3-0 if they hurry, but one defender back. Long shot in. Glove save. And a stoppage here. 5:43 to go in the third period. It's the Metro Dragons 17 team with 8 and your Trenton Trojans 18 team 3 here with 5:43 to go in the third period. Face off now. One puck comes to the Dragons, moving out of their defensive zone. Play in neutral ice. Trenton back to get that one, though. Oh, player falls down. Turnover and a chance here for the Dragons. In alone. Shot up. Score. As they're going up high on those shots, it's a 9-3 lead here for the Metro Dragons, as we'll have a stop for the face-off in just a moment. Well, we've got a whistle here. 5:16 to go in the third period. As the faceoff now going to come in front of the Dragons bench. Off that faceoff, Trenton will bring it near side into the offensive zone and send it deep. They'll give chase. Now it's Trenton with it behind the net, looking for the slot, but it'll be picked up there by the Dragons. Nice defensive play there by Trenton to hold it, but now here we go the other way. Potential 2-on-0. Dragons into the offensive zone at the circle. Shot. That one knocked aside and off the end boards. It's a 9-3 lead here for the Dragons, but they're keeping up the pressure at the near side circle. Now into the slot. Trenton tries to knock it away, and they do. They'll try and get it out of the zone, and they will, as we've got 4:30 to go now here in the third period. Trenton giving chase here into the offensive zone, but the Dragons will turn it the other way and get it up through neutral ice. Both teams fighting for position here in neutral ice. Be Trenton that comes away with it. They'll send it into the slot, but that one picked up by the Dragons, and they'll move the other way. Dragons through neutral ice, as here's a chance for, whoa, off the bench, and nice job to hold that one out for Trenton. That was almost a 3-on-0 going the other way for the Dragons. 4 minutes to go now in this one, as Trenton picks it up and sends it forward. Puck now into the Dragon zone. Heavy pressure here for Trenton. Puck will bounce off the near side boards. They're able to hold it in the offensive zone at the point. Chip towards the Dragon goal. That one knocked aside. Nice job to hold it in now there at the point. 3:30 to go in this one. Dragons have it now behind their own net. They'll send it out to the near side circle. Dragons with a burst of speed through neutral ice. They'll move near side. Nice defensive play, though, there for Trenton. And trying to hold it there into the offensive zone, but can't. Headed the other way are the Dragons. Dragons into the offensive zone. Puck now in the near side corner. Puck now along the end boards. Dragons in front. Shot. That one knocked aside. Now Dragons at the circle. Another shot. Loose puck. Still bouncing. Still rolling. And Trenton will come away with it into the far side corner. 2:45 to go here in the third period. Puck now in front of the Trenton bench. Trojans will come away with it. Trojans with some speed into the offensive zone as they'll move forward into the slot. All jammed up, though, and can't get a shot off. Dragons looking to go the other way. Have it in front of their own bench, and it'll be knocked out to neutral ice. Trenton, though, trying to get it back in. Whoa, as that'll be a penalty coming on this one with 2:19 to go in the third period. We're going to get a holding call on number 8, Dow, for the Dragons. That'll send Trenton to a power play opportunity here with 2:19 to go in the third period. Be an offensive zone faceoff for Trenton. Move it down to our left here. 2 minutes of power play time up on the clock for the Trojans. Faceoff won by Trenton. Chance in the slot. Oh, that shot just wide. And puck off the end boards. Trojans now try to get it out to the circle here. Trenton will hold it in the offensive zone. Chance now moves it forward to the circle. Long shot that knocked aside by the Dragon defender. And the Dragons will try and clear it out. They can't, though. Trenton shot from the near side circle again. That one didn't make it through. And the Dragons pick it up and move it down the far side boards. Now, Dragons sending it deep. We're going to have a race for the puck here. Dragons trying to get to it first. They will, but not in a dangerous position as they had to circle behind the Trenton goal. Now, though, chance in. Down is the goalie now. Knocked aside off the near side post, and Trenton will come away with it to the near side. Trenton up through the center of the ice. Cross center ice, but taken away there by the Dragons. 1:15 to go in this third period. Puck comes to the near side boards. Another offensive zone chance coming here for the Dragons. Long shot that well wide of the net and goes to the far side boards. 1:05 remaining here in this third period. Trenton trying to get to that puck, losing an edge, and Dragons in with a shot. Bouncing puck in front of the net, and the Trojans will come away with it near side. Trojans out of their own zone across the blue line. Across the red and into the offensive zone. Chance moving forward for Trenton. But that knocked away, and the Dragons will send it safely out to neutral ice. 15 seconds remaining in the power play. 30 seconds to go in this game as Trenton circles in their own zone. Turnover there, though, at the blue line. And puck ping-ponging back and forth. It will trickle towards that far side boards. Far side corner now. Dragons setting up. 17 seconds to go in this one. As a long shot, that well wide, and it'll come to the near side boards. 10 seconds to go in this one. Dragons back at full strength. Trenton will send it around to the boards near side. Now that one trickles behind the Trenton net, and time will expire. That'll bring us to the end of this one. It's a 9-3 win for the 2017 Metro Dragons over the 2018 Trenton Trojans. We're glad you were all able to join us for the broadcast today, and we'll be back for more action, as I do believe a game coming up on Sunday. We'll get the link out in the Team Snap chat for any of the family, and I'll get it scheduled on the YouTube channel as well. So glad for everybody joining. We'll keep the stream running for that handshake line for both teams, and we'll see you for a future broadcast.